What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar. Today's update might be one of the most critical we've discussed in weeks. There are rising geopolitical tensions, quiet financial movements, renewed leadership battles inside Iraq, and fresh chatter about coordinated currency adjustments. The noise is loud, but the real signals are subtle. Let's break this down carefully and separate speculation from strategy. First, attention is turning toward Vietnam. Reports circulating in Dinar communities suggest the government in Vietnam is intensifying anti-corruption investigations, reviewing large infrastructure spending, and tightening monetary controls. Currency circulation is reportedly being monitored more closely, with efforts to reduce waste and increase transparency. Some analysts believe these steps resemble early-stage financial restructuring. There is even speculation that Vietnam could move in timing alignment with Iraq if broader monetary adjustments unfold. That idea suggests possible coordination, but as always, coordination requires proof, not assumptions. Internal reform does not automatically equal currency change. What matters is confirmation from official sources. Meanwhile, pressure on Iraq appears to be increasing from United States officials. Repeated public statements emphasize using whole-available tools to counter destabilizing influence tied to Iran inside Iraq. When diplomatic language repeats across multiple outlets, it often signals structured intent rather than random commentary. Economic pressure can come in many forms: sanctions, banking oversight, or restrictions targeting specific entities. Reducing external influence could strengthen internal policy control, and policy stability is often considered a prerequisite for major monetary decisions. Strong messaging does not guarantee action, but sustained messaging usually serves a purpose. At the same time, there is noticeably less public hype inside Iraq regarding monetary reform. Some observers interpret the quiet as stagnation. Others believe the opposite, that meaningful reforms tend to advance with minimal noise. In previous adjustments, Iraqi officials have indicated that if a rate change were to occur, it would be implemented immediately without drawn-out announcements. Quiet periods can sometimes precede decisive moves. Silence does not automatically equal inactivity. Religious timing has also entered the debate. The holy month of Ramadan has officially begun in Iraq following confirmation from the supreme religious authority in Najaf. Some claim reforms paused during religious observances. However, history shows financial decisions have occurred during Ramadan before. Economic systems do not fully shut down for religious seasons. While activity levels may slow in some sectors, policy implementation remains possible. Timing debates continue, but there is no absolute rule that blocks reform during this period. Political leadership remains one of the biggest variables. Former Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki is once again being discussed as a potential power contender. Critics argue that his alignment with Iranian interests could complicate relations with Western governments. If leadership were to shift in that direction, increased external pressure could follow. Sanctions or diplomatic strain would directly impact Iraq's economic trajectory. On the other hand, reports suggest his political base may not be as strong as before, with some factions distancing themselves and alternative candidates being explored. Leadership direction heavily influences monetary confidence, and confidence drives reform feasibility. Stability is central to this entire equation. Currency restructuring requires predictability, banking security, and political cohesion. Attempting major adjustments during uncertainty introduces risk. That's why many analysts believe internal alignment must solidify before any significant currency movement can safely occur. Now let's address the latest speculation making waves: redemption center activity. There are community claims that certain individuals were instructed to prepare for possible exchange-related procedures. However, no official confirmation has been issued by Iraqi authorities, financial institutions, or government agencies. Contact-based reports circulate quickly in this space, but without documentation or public acknowledgement, they remain unverified. Rumors often create emotional surges in the investment community. Excitement spreads fast, but credibility requires evidence. So where does that leave us? We are seeing geopolitical pressure, anti-corruption drives, leadership maneuvering, and persistent reform discussions, but still no formal announcement of a currency shift. Multiple factors appear to be aligning, yet alignment does not equal activation. The situation remains fluid. As always, this is information for discussion purposes, not financial advice. Stay patient, stay grounded, and stay analytical. The strongest position you can hold right now is clarity over emotion. If you found value in today's breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. This is Kasim with Iraqi Dinar, and I'll see you in the next update.